Hey everybody, just thought I'd do a quick update real quick. I still got a lot of work to do to it, but I finally got it setting down on its wheels. I have no steering on it yet. I still got to put the steering box, the steering column. There's no brakes at all on it. Still got to put in a bunch of grease certs. I think the next thing I'm possibly going to work on is the rust in the floor right here. I've got the patch panels to do it. I've got everything I need to turn my welder from a flux core to a gas shielded welder. So hopefully I'll do a little bit better welding it with the gas shielded. I've got the lowering springs on back here. I'm waiting on new U-bolts coming from Cooper's Restorations. They should be here soon. It's got a lot of dust on it. I need to clean it up. I still want to rebuild the back brakes on it. So I was going to do that yet. Like I said, I've got to put new U-bolts in it. This side over here ain't quite as bad. I'm still undecided on whether I'm going to cut out the whole floorboard pans like I have right here, or if I'm just going to cut little bitty patches out of these to put on there. I might pull the cab off next. I'm still trying to decide whether I'm going to pull the cab off of it. Hold on. I was trying to reverse the camera, but it's not reversing. Oh well. So, this is where I'm at. I've got a 5.3 built for it. Got new heads on it. This ain't bolted on yet, of course. So I think I'm going to pull this back out because I'm worried whether the oil bypass down here in the back corner of the block, you have to access it through the back right there. It's like a little dumbbell about that long. I'm worried whether it's in there correctly. So this motor is probably not in there. It's just temporarily in there. Unless I pull the cab off and pull the transmission off, which I might just pull the cab off again. I've already had the cab off once and the cab's not bolted down currently, and I want to change the cab mounts. I got all the cab mounts for it so that it's got everything fresh, but the problem with just changing them is that they're welded in here somewhere. Right there. I know you can't really see it in the light, but that bolt is welded in. So once again, that comes to, do I cut out that part of the floor pan? Do I just grind off that weld right there? These are decisions I hadn't totally decided on yet. And I lost all the paint that I had. I had paint and clear coat for the outside to make it the same color blue as the inside, and I lost all of it. I went to vacation. When I went to vacation, I guess it got hot in my garage and a paint can exploded and then the whole shelf fell down. So that was a bad deal. So I've also been looking at the truck a lot closer, and when I look at it closer, it almost appears that maybe this white on the outside was factory and it was just blue on the inside. And I've just repainted the inside blue, and I might could deal with the blue on the inside for right now. Of course, the floorboards are going to look horrible after I redo them, but I might could get like another quart and just paint the floorboards in there, the blue. I'm going to have carpet over that anyway, so it shouldn't matter none. But I'm thinking of maybe going back white on the outside. Maybe just primering it. The rust colored primer. It's a little bit more pink, honestly. But primering the whole thing. Maybe like the rust red. And then going back with the white and sanding through in a couple of spots. Just so that it looks old and rustic. Or maybe just going white on the outside. Because white is a lot cheaper and I can just go buy it by the quart pre-mixed at the auto parts store. Just to get it done right now. Where that blue, it was pretty costly and I'm not going to be able to afford to go get no more of it right now. But this is where I'm at right now. So hopefully next time you see this truck, I'll have these new U-bolts installed. I'll probably try and work on getting the new exhaust installed on it. It's going to be a little bit tricky on the new exhaust because it's meant for long tube, small block Chevy headers. And of course I got an LS in it, so my LS is mid tube instead of long tube. But then I've got a couple of extra pieces of pipe right here that I should be able to extend them down to get them to that long tube header length. And I may have to modify this tab right here. I think has to be modified to get the header in here correctly, so I gotta grind off a little bit of this tab. So that was another reason why I was thinking about pulling the cab back off of it again, was just to get the exhaust on it and all mocked up, get the brake lines and the gas lines, because I want to, it currently has a fuel rail running down this side over here, and I want to change the fuel rail to run down this frame rail, and then it's still going to come up into the cab, and I'm still just going to use this tank for it. I know everybody thinks that that's crazy, but I already had this tank hooked up to it. It's not just a stock tank. I've got an electric fuel pump plumbed off down inside of it. So it fits in the stock location, but it's got an electric fuel pump in it. Well, trying to think what else. So I don't know if you could see it, but I've got the CPP springs are already installed in the front. This side's pretty much the same thing. Show you all the hard to do this one-handed. Hey, thanks for checking out my update, y'all. If you like the project, if you want to see more, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. I'd love to bring y'all content faster, but I have to work full time. I'm the only one sponsoring this. I have no sponsors. It's expensive, so yeah, hit that like and share button. Thank you. Subscribe.